Hey, Patreon, how's it going? This is Captain Logan, and we are attempting a hangout for the month of May. I got a few guys here. There's other people attempting to get in. I wanted to go ahead and start recording and give you guys something to look at later if you didn't manage to get in, and I really apologize to everybody that was not able to be here. Hopefully some other folks are somehow able to get in here. I'm going to post here in a minute and say, try again now that we're broadcasting, because for whatever reason, sometimes that works. We have had Dan Torrey is notorious for not being able to get in a Google Hangout until it's broadcasting, and I don't know why that is. But anyway, so apparently Brendan is a genius because he got in here through some sort of phone voodoo, and I can't figure out how in the world he did it. And then these other guys are like, "Oh, we're here. We don't know how." And Bag had to like put his phone on a tripod. It's a whole thing. So anyway, hi DJ. I didn't expect to see you, and you've got your kid.
Yeah, I'm watching him while my wife's getting some chores done because we got company coming into town this week.
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping in and saying hello.
Yeah, and I'm also using her headphones because I got a new laptop and I have no way to plug headphones into it. So not sure how I'm going to do the show tomorrow yet. So.
Oh, man. Well, I hope you're going to have to get on that, buddy. Sorry. You have to figure that out. Yeah. Well, so how'd you do it last week?
I just got this laptop Friday.
You said you had one coming. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, how is it otherwise besides not being able to plug audio things into it?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a brand new MacBook Pro. It's really nice.
Does it just not have an audio jack?
They taken the.
It has no. It only has USB-C is all it has. It has 4 USB-C ports.
So did it not
no
come with like
USBs.
AirPods or anything?
No.
Wow.
Nothing.
Okay.
Just a charger.
That's the one. That's the biggest mistake Apple's ever made, was taking the auxiliary port off.
Well, this doesn't even have USBs. They took USBs off of this.
Right. Mine also just has the 4 USB-Cs, but it also has an auxiliary jack on.
Oh, really? Maybe I didn't find it.
Well, mine's an older model, but
okay.
It's not the brand new one.
Anyway, enough about that boring stuff.
No, we got to fill time. We got a whole hour.
But you guys can hear me? Like, these are supposed to have a mic. I don't know how it's gonna work.
It sounds really good.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it sounds fine.
Yeah.
It's a
Also
little
sounds the same as
in
always.
that room, but it's not much different from what you sounded like last week.
Okay, cool.
Maybe you should just go buy another pair of those, man.
I don't know if this would go with the suit very well.
Could you get black ones, or does it have to be white because it's Apple?
I just have to get a white suit. That's the.
You need to
Oh,
get
these are
purple.
Beats.
You need to get purple headphones.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the record, a white suit would be badass, and you should totally get one. That needs to happen.
I have to go to Goodwill or something because suits are expensive.
Well, yeah, that's true. You should rent suits for the Captain Logan show.
Just set up a deal where I get one once a week.
Yeah, that would be
new suit
amazing.
once
You should
a
be like,
week.
can I get a discount? I'm on a very important program. Make sure you use the word program. It's called the Captain Logan Show. I'm sure you've heard of that guy. He's a big deal in the YouTube scene. Really, you should really ham it up. You should make a big deal out of it. You should be like, yeah, this Captain Logan guy, he's rolling in dough. He's got like 5 suits. I don't have 5 suits. I have 1 suit. I haven't worn it in a really long time. And that's not counting the Bat suit or the Riddler suit, okay? Well, I'm bummed out that other folks are not able to get into the call tonight. Hopefully this works better next time.
Not as bummed as they are.
Well, yeah. It sucks, though. Like, I was hoping to see Ben tonight. Some people that like to come in here and say silly things. But anyway, well, it's and everybody else too, not just Ben, you know. But yeah.
I wanted to test and see how well it did with the maximum amount of people, because usually I sound terrible. Apparently, I've seen it on the replays.
Yeah, you're not glitching out or anything like you have in the past, so that's good.
Well, I boosted up my speed, and I'm in a different location with better internet. So
yeah, so that's good.
Yeah,
you should be fine.
Oh, I'm wearing your.
What's that?
I was going to say I'm wearing my new favorite shirt, which is from your.
Oh, hey, it's Malik, you did it.
Hey guys.
Hello. Oh, cool. That's a cool shirt. Hello, Malik. It's good
Hello.
to see you. Welcome. I'm glad you managed to get in the
Oh,
call.
hello.
I should wear my Jurassic House shirt.
Oh man, I should get a Jurassic House shirt. Keep meaning to do that. Malik, do you look a little different, or is it just me?
Well, I've been working out a lot lately.
Okay, but like, did you cut your hair or grow your hair, or like, do you have different hair than the last time I saw you?
I definitely just grew it. I've just been throwing shampoo in it.
Yeah, I thought your head was shaved last time I saw, but I couldn't remember. It's been a while. I'm not good at remembering things like that.
Was the last hangout the Halloween hangout?
I don't think we've done this since Halloween. Yeah, and I mean, it
Good
might
Lord,
have been like
that's
off a couple months, but yeah, it has been a long time. We are going to come back and do this regularly again, assuming that Google Plus doesn't, or that Google Hangouts doesn't make everyone run for the hills and never come back.
To make up for it, we're talking for 5 hours tonight.
Right. Yes, Dan's news in the next hour will be running the whole show, and he'll be just playing Arkham Knight until 5 in the morning. Man, that was a marathon.
That man is crazy. He seemed totally fine with it.
Yeah, he didn't crack, right? He's crazy. And like, I had been working all weekend. I was so tired through that stream. I left for half an hour. At one point, I just let him have the show and I leave because I was so tired. I had to lay down for a little bit. And I came back and I was like, oh, good, you got through Mr. Freeze. Because in my condition, there was no chance I was beating Mr. Freeze. It was not gonna happen. That was really fun. I don't ever want to play Arkham like that again. It feels so incomplete without any of the side stuff. It was very strange just blowing through the story like that.
You know, I don't play very many video games, but I was playing Arkham Knight. I finally got around to playing Arkham Knight like in December or something, and I was doing it on hard, and I had a friend over who was like a gamer. And I guess I'm really good at these Arkham games because they're like the only games I really play. So I don't know.
You should play other things. Maybe you're actually just secretly really good at video games in general.
Oh my god! If that was the case, I don't know what I've been doing with my life. Like, what's all this been about?
You should be streaming. Is what you should be doing.
Oh my god, I should. You know, my friend who I was telling you about, he does have a streaming channel. I should just take it over. I say, get out of here, Brandon. I'm doing it now.
You should have an ironically named channel like I don't play video games.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe, maybe Connor can play.
Yeah, Connor might be able to play. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna start doing some more streaming. I think probably with the things that I'm better at, or maybe other things that I suck at, because that can be fun. But it's easier when I have somebody like Dan sitting next to me. Like, no, you idiot, you go that way.
I definitely recommend Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Malik?
I definitely recommend Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I started the first in that series a couple weeks ago, and was really digging on it. So I kind of want to play through all of those.
I had a weird experience with that franchise. I played the newest one first, and I loved it so much that I went back and played the first two.
Cool. Yeah, I was having a lot of fun with that first game because I liked that movie so much, and I was like, oh, they took a lot from this. It's funny how much of the action scenes in that movie come from the first 10 minutes of that game.
They're just here it is. We're just gonna throw it on screen for you.
Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to strategize in case people like theoretically liked that game and didn't actually play very far. Where it's like if you put it in your machine, you're gonna understand everything in this film. Well, what do you guys want to talk about? Let's get a topic. Let's get a topic from Connor. Connor looks good and bored.
Oh. No, I wake up at 5 in the morning for work. It's not you guys.
Hey,
Connor,
maybe
Connor, can we do something to entertain you? What? Hey, what can we do to keep you look really tired, buddy?
It's weird. Last night I got the most sleep I had gotten in a long time. So I'm usually asleep by this point. I took, I dropped some melatonin last night at about 9. So I was asleep by 10. So I was able to get at least like 7 hours of sleep, which was great. But anyways,
it was nice of you to pop in, even though you usually go to sleep earlier. So thanks for hanging out.
well, I don't feel tired. That's the weird part. I look like I'm dead behind the eyes, and at 7, I mean, it's a little after 5 now, and at 7, I'm going to go see John Wick with some friends. So,
Are you going for a second time, or have you not gone yet?
I've not gone to see it yet.
Oh my god, I loved it so much. I want to go again. I've already been
staying. I've stayed away from reviews because I want to.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you think, but it's good.
Yeah,
It was very good.
Everything that happens in the last act.
It's good. It's that franchise is so consistent. It's just ridiculous. It's just the most consistent franchise.
Well, I guess this will be my topic then. I'll just talk about John Wick. I mean, the thing said, what have we been up to in the months up till now? So I was expected to just I was fully prepared to give you a diatribe on what I've been up to.
No, let's do that. It's just folks weren't able to pop in, and I felt weird about that, and we were talking, and I kind of forgot that that's what we were going to do. But yes, I haven't seen you guys in 6 months. So what have you been doing for the last 6 months?
But anyway, I'll just give my quick John Wick thing out of the way.
Yeah, sure.
Me and Spencer, my twin brother Spencer, we went to go see the first John Wick opening weekend. We were the only people in the theater, and we were like, "What did we just stumble into? That was awesome. That was so good." And then in those years, we'd shown it to a couple of our friends, and then when it was opening night, that's when I was working at the theater. Opening night for John Wick 2, which opened up the same weekend as Lego Batman. Fun fact: we brought some of the friends who we had shown John Wick to watch John Wick 2. We had to sit in the front half of the theater because it was so full. In those 2 years, I guess it had amassed enough of a following that on opening night, there was a lot of people there. And
hey, Trevor finally made it. Hi, Trevor. Sorry for wasting half an hour of your life, buddy.
It took a lot of work, and I'm currently on my phone right now.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Connor's launching us into a John Wick topic. Go ahead, buddy.
And then now that the third one came out, it made $57 million opening weekend. That's insane. For an R-rated action movie, that's more than the first movie made in its entire run in North America. And that's so cool. And in 2 days, they announced a fourth one. So that's really cool. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it made its budget back first weekend. I mean, one of the things that's really cool about that franchise is it doesn't have to perform giant guns to get a sequel, because they only take about $50 million to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they haven't really touched the budget much at all throughout the course of those films.
Sorry, what?
I was just saying they haven't really touched the budget at all throughout the course of those films. Like, it's kind of remained the same.
Because usually when something gets really popular, you just throw a lot of money at it.
But what's insane, though, is how I went back and watched the first one recently, and it's just as stylish, just as funny, just as well shot, and just as it's such a fully realized thing from the very beginning. And it's easy to forget that because of how, you look at Star Wars. That original Star Wars movie feels like a low-budget 70s science fiction movie. It's impressive what they were able to accomplish, but there are scenes where it feels like it's a lower-budget independent film from the 70s. And when you get to Empire Strikes Back, it's very clear there's a budget increase and a different director in charge. But that's not the case with the John Wick movies, and that's really impressive.
Well, it's also impressive that world building wise, you pull the curtain back real hard in the second movie, and you realize that it's a more stylized, heightened world than you even thought it was in the first film. So, it's consistent. It's like it's just showing you more of this world, and you're going, "Oh, it's not. This is a comic book. I didn't realize that." And they did that without adding a bunch of budget to it.
Yeah, it's great. I love these movies. I'll stop talking about it now because I've wasted 5 minutes talking about this.
No, it's cool. I mean, I love to talk more about John Wick, but then we have to talk about the film that just came out. You haven't seen it yet.
No. You're gonna love John Wick a lot more in a few hours when you go see it.
It's so good. It's ridiculous. So yeah, Connor, what have you been up to, buddy?
Well, a lot. So I'm just going to give you the pointers.
Should we be taking notes?
No, there will not be a test afterwards.
Okay.
Well, let's start off. Last we talked was in October, I guess. Yeah, I guess very shortly after, I started dating a girl who I met at a costume party, and then I started working.
See you later, DJ. Thanks for being here, buddy.
I'm still here. I got wireless headphones.
That's an important detail because that'll come back into play later. Anyways, then I started. I'm no longer a janitor anymore. I now work at Boeing, which that's been in the news, unfortunately. But I still have a job, so that's cool. But anyway, I started working there, which is why I wake up really early in the morning. And then me and my girlfriend actually just went to Hawaii in last month. Or earlier this month. It was last month. And wow, whatever. Time, it's a thing. So I went to Hawaii, which is my first time ever leaving the continental United States. And it was amazing. I loved it. I'd never seen water so blue. And I saw a sea turtle too. And then on top of that, me and Rasco have been doing writing projects together. And my brother and I are putting together some video projects right now as well. So lots going on. And I'm really excited. And I started watching Studio Ghibli movies as well. So I've seen Princess Mononoke and all that stuff. So that's what I've been up to.
Cool. Wow. I knew at least 60% of that because you and I talk a lot. But
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's a problem, but like now these guys are caught up. But yeah, so it sounds like a really good last 6 months for you, Connor.
It's been really great. Yeah. That's all I can
I've
say.
not been to Hawaii either. I'd like to do that at some point.
It's worth going. It's interesting because like the way I was describing like when I was driving around there was, the drivers there are terrible. That's just the thing you should know. Driving there is bad. But when I go to like California, it's like you can like feel the sleaze in the air. Like it's trying to be all glamorous. Like you're in LA, everybody, but like it just feels gross. Like you can feel the smog and smell the urine in the air, and it's just kind of gross in LA. But when you're going to Hawaii, like
I agree.
LA,
I thought that when I was there.
LA is like discount Hawaii. Like Hawaii is the dream LA is trying to sell you, and it's a lot better. It's a lot cleaner air. What's interesting is like up here in the Northwest, there's like big mountains and stuff, and then you drive an hour or so, then you get to the ocean. The ocean is much better in Hawaii, by the way, than in Oregon. In Oregon, it's always cold and the sand's hard and it sucks. But in Hawaii, you look to your left,
and it gets everywhere.
It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty obligatory, but whatever. Somebody was going to do it. Might as well be me.
But like in Hawaii, you look to the left, like northwestern style, like big, like mountain or giant hill or something, and then you look to your right, and right there's the beach. It's crazy. It's all right there. It's really cool. So
that's awesome, man.
Some of those mountains, they say, are filled with lava.
I heard that once.
Yeah, there's some great lava and Hawaii jokes and volcano jokes in the Tick Season 2, where they go to the Lay Low Motel, and it's a lay, like spelled like a lay.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. And there's this mystery they're trying to solve that they think has something to do with a volcano. And spoiler alert, it turns out that the volcano is just the name of a business. Like it's just the name of a business. But the Tick and Arthur go to like 15 volcanoes. And they go like, it's all off screen, of course. And they say that like they went to all these like, they're like, oh, it's supposed to be like underneath a volcano, and the Tick goes, there must be thousands of those. And they find like 15 businesses under volcanoes, and they find a pizza place that delivers from a volcano, and they come back with a pizza with this really awesome logo of a volcano like on the pizza. It's great.
Okay, I have to watch this show now.
I think I heard that there's actually a place that does that in Hawaii. They use like volcanic heat to cook their pizzas.
Wow, that's amazing. There must be thousands of those. Yeah, you guys let us all know all the cool stuff that you've done in the last few months. Let's hear from Trevor, because he finally managed to get in, and who knows how long he'll be here.
Like 2 devices and 5 browsers later. Yeah.
Did you have to run out to the store and buy something to be here?
No, just
Are you
magically it
podcasting
just
from a Best Buy?
it started working. Just click the link and it works now.
See, I told you sometimes after I start broadcasting, the link starts working for people. It's really strange.
But yeah, I haven't had like too eventful week. I mean, not too long ago, I saw Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, me too.
Was satisfactory.
It was. It was one of the most satisfactory films I've seen in a while.
Like, it's not great. It's just like, well, that's decent. It's good in time. Best video game movie.
Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? But it is. But would you agree though that like there's a shared universe there? You could make some really cool movies in that world, and they sold me on live action Pokemon.
I heard someone talk about like they just watch a movie or like a series of episodes of a TV show that's like an anthology. It's just like people living in that world where Pokemon are real.
Yeah,
it's like yeah, I'd watch that. I watch that every week.
I was impressed it could sell me on Pokemon in general. I'm not a Pokemon fan, and it sold me on it. I really enjoyed like the movie, even
and they made
without
a movie,
knowing anything.
Yeah, and they made a movie that you can't make a sequel to.
Yeah.
I was so excited about that. I was like, you can do more movies in this universe, but you can't make a sequel to this.
They'll try. I know.
Detective Pikachu 2, this time it is Danny DeVito.
If they, I mean, I don't want to spoil that movie for anybody, but if they do the obvious thing where they like reconstitute a thing, you guys know what I'm talking about. That would piss me off.
This time it's personal.
Danny DeVito is Mr. Mime.
That would be amazing. Or like every movie, just Pikachu in some other job. He's like Chef Pikachu.
I need the sequel Charmander Ace Attorney.
Yes.
Well, I know
Pikachu
at this
Attorney at
point, I can't wait for them to do the remake of Detective Pikachu, but it'll be on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then they'll have Danny DeVito in a Pikachu costume, and that'll be great.
Yes, amazing.
I would watch 5 minutes of that. Yeah. You know what I think they should do? I'm not actually suggesting this. I think they should put out a cut of like a version of Detective Pikachu in black and white or sepia tone.
I don't know.
I think that'd be pretty funny because it doesn't really look like a noir, but I think it would be pretty funny if they
pop it into a 4x3.
Right? Or you only did it with detective scenes, so it was really jarring, jumping back and forth.
I'm actually surprised they didn't do a lot of the whole like noir detective tropes throughout that movie.
There's a little here and there.
Yeah, there's a little, but like there's not like the whole thing where it's like brooding and narration and all that stuff that you always see.
I'm surprised
they do.
didn't lean into it.
No, but you know, atmospherically, there's a little bit of it, and it doesn't go. It goes about as far as Roger Rabbit goes with that stuff, except it doesn't have a jazzy score, which might have been nice. You know, to do more of a noirish kind of soundtrack.
Speaking of soundtracks, have you guys seen that YouTube video, True Detective Pikachu?
No, you sent it to me. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, they remade.
It looked like nightmare fuel, and I just couldn't bring myself to watch it yet.
So funny, but they do the Pokemon theme mixed with the True Detective season 1, where it's like a low like guitar, like "Drown, I wanna be the very best, like no one never was," and it's really good, and it's really really funny. I laugh every time I watch it. It's great.
Oh, the thumbnail is horrifying.
I would have clicked on it by now if it weren't for that thumbnail.
That's what I need to be doing for the channel, Cap.
DJ, if you do that, you're fired, man. I don't think I can handle that. Okay, let's hear from somebody else. What has Bag Studios been doing?
Actually, YouTube stuff for once.
Oh, cool.
I've actually finally started a review series. I went since the Halloween episode of this. I've been through a whole semester of college, so that was fun. Other than that, nothing.
What are you studying from behind your bag?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm actually in general studies. So. Eventually, I will be in English. Right now, I'm at a 2-year school, going on to a 4-year school afterwards. But eventually, I will be in degree in English.
Cool. Good luck, man.
Well, thank you.
Bag studies.
There you go. That's what I'm.
As someone who is at the tail end of my college journey, I must ask: have you considered maybe anything else? You know, lemonade stand, turning tricks. You know.
Yeah. I have.
The final exam for bag studies is just 20 questions of scenarios, and the question is paper or plastic.
Psych is only paper now.
No, they don't even have paper or plastic these days. You have to bring your own like recyclable bags. Those
I was going to say the actual answer is C, purchase one.
Yeah.
A lot of places now where you have to, like, they have the bags, but you have to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying. Half price books always asks me if I want a bag. Yes, I want a bag. I'm not going to carry all these books I just bought.
Yeah, like if you walk out with 1 or 2 books, I think it's perfectly acceptable to say, "Do you want a bag?" If you're holding a stack of 50 or it's raining, you should just put it in a bag. You know, like I get that it's better for the environment to not have as much plastic out there, but you know, it's also not good for the environment for you to drop all of your books and then the paper gets all out into the world. That's not good either. You know, that's my argument.
Do you say that to them at the counter?
That's my. Yeah, I rehearsed that because I keep telling people at the counter about that. Real quick before we go to and find out what other people have been up to, I got to tell you guys about a elementary school talent show I went to today.
So horrifying.
My son was in a talent show, and he did karaoke and he danced, and he really wanted me to be there. So I went, and there was this kid who talent shows always have weird stuff in them. Sometimes it's just singing, sometimes it's dancing, sometimes it's just somebody playing at the piano. But then it starts to get a little bit like one of those like America's Got Talent kind of shows where it's like, well, that was unconventional. And this kid walks up to the microphone. And he goes, and he's not remotely nervous. He's hilarious. This kid, he's probably 4th or 5th grade. He walks to the microphone and he goes, "Today, I'm talk just like this. Today, I'm gonna do tricks with my gecko." I was like, I'm in the second to last row. How am I even gonna see this, right? And he pulls out, and he goes, "I'm gonna get him out of his cage now." He goes, "I'm gonna do 3 things." He said, and I wish he hadn't told us ahead of time what they were going to be, but it was still hysterical because I'm trying to picture this. I have no idea what this is going to look like. He goes, "The first trick I'm going to do is Spider-Man." Oh, all right. The second trick I'm going to do is Batman. And the third trick I'm going to do is Top Gun. So the audience is already on the edge of our seat, right? We cannot wait to see what this is. So this kid, this is the laziest and single most entertaining thing. So there's a see-through podium, and so you can see whatever's behind it. And he pulls out his gecko. He looks at the person that plays the music, and the music starts, and it's the 60s Spider-Man theme. It's like Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And he just takes his gecko and he sticks him to the podium. So you're just seeing from the other side of the thing. He just sticks him there, and he just occasionally moves him around a little bit. And you just hear Spider-Man, Spider-Man, radio, Spider-Man. And I was like, this is brilliant. This is genius, right? So then... And it doesn't go on too long. You know, about 40 seconds of that, he's like, "Okay, you've all had enough of this." And then he takes the gecko off of the podium and he pulls out a toy Batmobile. And he's got a table there, and he puts the gecko in the Batmobile, and the 60s Batman theme starts, and he's like, no. And he just starts pushing the car around with the gecko in it. And then he gets out a big toy plane, and it's like, and he just starts flying this plane around with his hand.
Please tell me he won.
I don't know if it was a contest because I wasn't able to stay for the whole thing. I don't know if there was like a winner, but like, he's a genius.
That's amazing. Where is this kid? We need to get him a TV show. Stat.
We need to put him on Geekvolution, seriously.
We need to feature him on the Captain Logan show.
He will get so many more views than me. Like,
Sponsored by Geico.
he can just do a sketch in front of Rewind, and all of a sudden it'll be like that'll be like a 500,000 viewed show with Gecko Kid. I couldn't believe it. He goes, "I'm gonna do Spider-Man." I was like, "This is gonna be dumb," and then it was, but it was amazing. Anyway, that was long, but that was my favorite thing that's happened in a while. That was great. Hey Malik, what have you been up to?
Me? Well, okay, yeah, I can't talk about the Navy at all.
So Malik's had Navy things, but he can't talk about them.
Not even that they're top secret, they're just painfully depressing and...
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it's all good. Fun things. I've been to the movies quite a bit. I saw Endgame 4 times in the theater. I saw John Wick twice. And I've been working with a friend of mine, Nick, on a YouTube channel. We've been doing a lot of, I edit a lot of his stuff. And we've been doing some podcasts and stuff. So that's been really cool. And we're doing one for Endgame that I'm working on right now. It's almost done. What else? Oh, video games. I've been playing a lot of video games. I replayed Spider-Man PS4. I just beat Evil Dead 2, the remake. And
cool. I don't know anything about that game.
That's what I've been doing.
Wait, do you mean Resident Evil?
Yeah, Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, you said Evil Dead.
And I was
That's
like,
Evil
I didn't
Dead?
think
Wow.
it was an Evil Dead game, much less a sequel. I got real intrigued for a minute. I was like,
And I put my friends on this show called Badlands. I think you guys should watch it. If you guys are into kung fu at all, you should definitely watch that show. It's on Netflix.
yep, I've heard nothing but good things. That sounds like a thing Eric would like more than me, but I'll try it.
Yeah, he should. I think Aaron would absolutely adore that show.
I forgot to mention I went through all of Game of Thrones, like for the season, for the opening of season 8 in the past 6 months.
Are
Like,
you
within
okay?
Oh, wow.
No, within a month, I went through all 7 seasons. Yeah, that was something.
I watched the finale, but that was it.
You watch the finale completely out of context with the rest of the show?
Yeah, my wife made me watch it with her. She's,
I don't watch Game of Thrones. All I can tell for people who do watch it is I'm sorry.
I am a full 8 episodes into the show right now, and I'm going to be finishing season 1 tomorrow. So better time than any to start, right?
It's not.
Hey, I've got a
I
friend of
mean,
mine
the show has its moments, but I've never like really liked that show. I just kind of watched it. Like, I kind of just forced myself to watch it.
I'm enjoying it right now. I'm mostly doing this to appease my girlfriend so we can watch Twin Peaks afterwards. So that's what I'm doing.
That makes
I'm
sense.
seeing a common theme going on. There's a lot of guys watching this show so that their girlfriends or wives will be happier. That's what I'm getting.
That's gonna be Downton Abbey for me.
I am
gonna have to sit through.
Sure, but that sounds like a typical show that would happen with, like, Game of Thrones is like ultra violent, you know? Like that does not sound like the typical, like, you know, chick making her man watch a show kind of thing.
Yeah, but and
Times have really changed. Like,
to be fair, I am.
Vampire
watch
Diaries
this show
was for me in
at
high
some
school.
point.
it used to be like, watch Friends with me. Now it's like, watch Game of Thrones.
Much rather watch Friends than Game of Thrones.
Watch Hannibal with me.
You know what my favorite thing is about Hangouts? With this many people in a call? Trying to guess whose dog it is.
I think it's. No, I don't have a guess.
Well, it's not yours. I can rule that
No,
out
it's not
unless this is an elaborate ruse of some kind, and in which case you should use that talent for other ends, man.
Mine
Hey,
could
Brendan,
very
what have you been
start dark at
doing?
any moment, but
Well, since the last time you and I and some other people talked, got the internet put on here properly because it wasn't last time I was talking to you. Apparently, I had spent months trying to get that sorted out. I've been working on stories for the writers group. So a lot of stuff been starting with that.
Cool.
And catching up on a few TV shows recently as well. So not a whole lot. Saw Avengers Endgame. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Finally saw the first two John Wick movies as well. Haven't seen the third one yet.
I'm hearing a lot of people just now finally watching those. You don't have to guess whose baby that is.
Sorry. I
No,
saw
that's
It's
John
mine.
Wick.
I'm sorry, guys. It's my baby. I gotta go.
Connor, that's a trick. Okay, we'll see you later, buddy.
He had to watch Game of Thrones, so she would watch the baby for him. It was a trade-off they did. Oh. But no, I haven't seen any of the John Wicks yet. It's not something I would gravitate towards.
Well,
So I can't participate in the conversation.
so there.
No, I'm glad people love.
Well, DJ, you're on the channel all the time, of course, so folks probably know more things about you, but what have you been doing for the last 6 months?
Oh, just raising this guy and working lots of stuff at work. I might be moving jobs potentially really soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that might happen. I just got
like moving up or going to a different company, or
my manager is about to, who I came to this job with. He's potentially about to get another position at another company, and I might go with him. So
wow,
could be fun. Might be pretty crazy, but yeah.
I was surprised to hear you say that because you were just telling me last week about how much you like your job.
I do, but could be a big race. I don't know.
yeah, of course. But like, would are you going to be kind of nerve-wracked about that? We're like, will you be worried that you won't like it as much, or won't be like a lateral move, or?
Yeah, it's good. It's probably going to be a lot more work because that's kind of easy, and I have a lot of time to work on other stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to take it or not.
Cool. Well, good luck with that decision, sir.
Yeah, thanks, man. I also got really good Wi-Fi set up in here, and then I got the Google Wi-Fi mesh router system in my house, so it's all over my entire house now. That's why I have really good signal.
That's really nice.
So that's perfect timing.
DJ just moved. If you guys don't know,
I did a couple months ago. Oh yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, that's the big thing you did. You moved.
I forgot about that. But yeah, I'm in this place. It's pretty sweet. I'd give you a tour, but I got my hands full.
No problem.
Right now, I'm working on looking at Dan Torrey's face. I'm working on the thumbnail for Dan Torrey.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Looking forward to the commentary, or you guys' commentary. I love that movie.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So tomorrow night, Dan is going to be on the Captain Logan show with me and DJ, and then Dan and I are going to do Into the Spider-Verse right after that. So it's going to be a big,
buy that.
It's going to be a big, thick night. Well, the nice thing is, if you watch the commentary, of course, we'll be in the rabbit room, so you won't actually have to own it to watch the commentary. But you might have said that just because you want to own it, but you don't actually have to own it in order to do our show.
And they're putting it on Netflix on the 28th.
Oh, I should have waited. Dang it! I could have waited a week, and then more people could have watched it with us live. Well, that's all right, because that means that in a week people will be able to watch our commentary with Netflix.
I say 28th. It's the 28th of June, actually. So you would have had to wait another month.
Okay. Well, then that's fine. I wouldn't have waited that long, but yep. Well, we've still got a few more minutes. I don't know what happened to Connor. I wonder if he's coming back, if he just forgot to turn off his machine. Oh, no, there he is. I see his hand. He's like bouncing around. Hi, Connor.
Hi.
For a minute, I didn't know if you like couldn't hear us. Like he's wearing his headphones, but he's just waving, and I don't know what's going on. Connor, you have the floor.
Oh my God! Oh,
Yeah.
what do I do?
Yeah, it's your show now.
I'm
It's your
not
show
used
right
to
now.
this kind of power.
For the next 2 minutes, it's your show. Go.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby, my heart's on fire. Baby, don't lose me. Baby, you'll lose me. Da, 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 da. Not again. I'm sorry.
You
Baby
hated
crying.
that song. He's like, he's gonna grow up and he's gonna have this whole anti-Michigan J Frog thing.
Thanks, Connor.
I'm sorry if he wakes up in the night from nightmares. I'm really sorry.
Okay, but what if I do? Connor, it was funny because earlier I was trying to think of ways to entertain you, but that flipped real quick.
Yeah, I guess so. So I watched Endgame
You
twice.
don't have the floor anymore.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm working on a Marvel Cinematic Universe like ranked video, and I mean, I thought I'm just gonna list them, whatever. And now it's like a 20-page document. I'm like, well, this is gonna take forever. So
Story of my life, man.
I mean, I have like so my girlfriend's going camping, and I said, can I not go camping? I have other stuff I want to do. And she said that's fine. So I'm going to be shooting that this weekend. So I have a lot of cool ideas. I'm really
You should have
excited
made
to
it
do
a camping video. You should have come up with some weird like conceit where it's you talking about the MCU on a camping trip.
I had a whole well, the reason I'm not going camping is because she told me about it like less than a week before it was happening. I'm like, I can't what? So
he opens that video. Remember when every superhero movie took place in the woods?
This ain't
Those were the
X-Men 3
days.
no more.
Yeah, no more of that Rise of the Silver Surfer shit.
Fantastic was an anomaly. It slipped out of a time vacuum from 2004, but we're back. We made it.
We don't talk about Venom or Eddie running around from people in the woods in that movie.
Right. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, so I'm working on an Endgame thing and or on a Marvel ranked thing. So that's pretty cool. I realized I hadn't made a YouTube video in over a year, which kind of blew my mind. So I'm trying to get back into doing that stuff right now. So that's what I'm working on.
And you're watching movies from 2010 to 2013?
Yeah, so that's funny because I was talking with my girlfriend and she said, wow, I haven't been to the theater this many times in a year. It's crazy how often we go to the theater. And I'm like, this is the least times I've gone to a theater in a year, like by a significant margin by this time this year. So I'm trying to watch some movies from this year, a couple movies from the years past, and then I'm trying to fill in like 30 or so movies from 2010 to 2013 so I can make a top 100 movies of this decade list. So... But, I mean, I'm sure my top 3 spots are not going to change because there are 3 specific movies I dearly, dearly love from this decade. So that's what's going on right now.
But Connor, like, even if they're older movies, he insists on seeing them in the theater. So he's like forcing movie theaters to show old movies. I don't know how he does it, but he forces them to show movies.
Oh, yeah. But speaking of older movies, speaking of older movies, so this is 2019.
If that was true, there's no way that's not the headline here, man. Like,
I won't be forcing anything, but what's going to happen is in November 2019 is when Blade Runner takes place. Where does it take place? Los Angeles. Where does Rasco live? Los Angeles. So in November, I'm going to go visit Rasco in Los Angeles, and we're going to go see Blade Runner in the theater in Los Angeles 2019 November.
You're going to force them to show it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was going to be like, come on, guys. Like, you should have seen this coming. I'm sure there will be a whole mob outside, too, because that's the way these things happen, right? So it'll be fine.
Yeah,
I thought California looked a lot nicer back in 2015.
Was there a showing of Back to the Future, of Back to the Future 2 in 2015?
Yes, I worked at the theater. Yes.
Oh, I wish I'd gone.
It sounds like
wish
Dee Dee's
that there
baby is
was,
laughing at you.
Well, it's better than the reaction you got.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm gonna do like a lounge cover of the Michigan J Frog song and see if he likes that better.
There you go. I never saw a double feature of Infinity War and Endgame. I was never able to find that anywhere near me. Which I don't understand why that wasn't obvious, but I couldn't find it.
Well, they did the whole 22 movie marathon thing in a lot of
I
theaters.
saw that. And I didn't see it in time to hit that one up. But
You didn't take
Would
an
you
entire
have?
work week off to watch 22 Marvel movies?
Yeah.
I would have done that, but even I, who review superhero movies as my job, couldn't get away to do that.
That might be worse than 24 year.
I mean,
Nothing is worse than 24 a year.
My wife is still trying to get me to watch that show.
Oh, I'm gonna make you do it, DJ.
Both
And
of
then
you. It'll
Connor
take more
will
than the
force
two of you to
Peter
do it.
play it.
No, we can do it. I'm gonna conspire with your wife. I've never talked to DJ's wife, but that will be our first conversation. I'm gonna be like, okay, we're gonna make him watch 24, right? Like that's gotta happen. Yeah, he's gotta see President Palmer. Like that shit's important. Like
She
got-
convinced me a little more than you could.
it's gonna happen. You have to see the man get his wife and daughter kidnapped twice in one day. It's very important.
No spoilers.
No, that's a selling point. How does that happen to a person? Twice in the same day.
Figure out how. Watch 24.
We just finished the Tick season 2 yesterday though.
Yeah, were you like depressed and wanted to kill yourself at the end when you realized that they weren't going to make anymore unless
Well,
it gets picked up by another streaming service? And I hope to God it does.
It was harder to watch knowing that. It was weird because all the stuff they set up at the end.
Oh,
no
it's
spoilers.
awful. It just hurts my feelings so much. I said this on Facebook, but like it is the worst non-ending if it doesn't get a third season since 4400.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh. Nothing beats 4400 though. They set up a completely different status quo and the show gets canceled. And then they put out a novel that was supposed to start a series that would wrap it up, but the novel didn't get bought enough, so it ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh man.
I've never read it because I don't want that experience a second time.
I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't really hurt my experience watching a show and knowing that it's canceled. Like I really enjoyed Punisher season 2, even though I knew that show was getting canceled. And I go back and watch Spectacular every year, even though that show only had 2 seasons.
It only bothers me when there's no actual ending, you know, where like it's an incomplete story.
Yeah.
Well, Spectacular ends on a cliffhanger too. I won't say what it is.
Yeah. That's part of why I've never finished Spectacular, because I know that's gonna hurt my feelings, but it's over and I don't get the rest of it.
My favorite troll.
Hardly anything about Spectacular.
It's spectacular.
A long time. Oh, that's good. It's fitting.
That was what we in the field call like double entendre. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Connor. You have the floor again.
Oh my God, not again. So I don't know. I don't know Spanish. I was gonna do a Spanish rendition of it, but so my favorite like trollish thing was the Twin Peaks thing, where Twin Peaks season 2 ends on like the mother of all cliffhangers. It's insane. Like you go, what happened next? And it was nothing. But then the next year they made a movie, but it was a prequel movie, so they didn't answer anything. And so that was really funny. I like that.
Does anybody else think Malik is posing for a picture that nobody's taking? Yes, see that? It's like it looks like he's taking like a high school photo.
Just screenshot it and make it the thumbnail.
I should screenshot.
It's kind of a weird habit that I picked up from being in the military so long. I hate sitting down. I can't sit down. I have to be up.
Malik, I just want to take that picture and hand out wallets.
You should take that picture, make it like the cover photo and say like "Welcome to Patreon."
Yeah.
But it's a sleeve of 12.
Hand about it to the booth. Visit us on Patreon.
This Malik is our official patron. It's weird. That'd be like an employee of the month kind of thing. Like every month, there's like a patron of the month. He gets like a special parking spot. This big Jack for sentence.
Okay, guys, I gotta get
Sorry,
going.
Malik, I just could not stop thinking that when you were in that post. I was like, he looks like he's taking a picture. Did you say you're leaving, Connor?
Yeah, I gotta dip out. I gotta go see a movie. Bye, guys. It was great seeing
Have
y'all.
fun. See you later.
Enjoy,
Bye.
Connor.
John Wick 2. It's awesome.
Goodbye. Well,
All right, well,
and
bye,
then
guys.
they were 6. Man, I'm depressed because Connor left, and he was the entertainment for the evening. We're not gonna get to see him sit and dance anymore.
All right, give me a C, a bouncy C.
Okay, the floor is now Trevor's. Go.
Speaking of shows that everyone should watch, have you heard of this great series called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that I recommend every time I'm on one of these?
Only from you.
Is this available on Netflix or Hulu or?
It is on Hulu.
I
It's
feel like I've heard of it.
fair
but I
warning,
don't
it is an
remember.
anime.
I feel
Okay.
like you guys single-handedly are trying to like resurrect recommends. You know, like we haven't done recommends on the channel in a long time, and every time we come in here, there's always like 3 or 4 people that are just recommending things.
It is
I recommend
time.
the same thing.
And time
Badlands
once
is
again
a criminally
to be
underwatched show.
recommended things. Sorry. What, Malik?
I was just saying, Badlands, Into the Badlands is a criminally underrated show. And it has a pretty satisfying ending, but the only reason they ended it with a sense of finale is because in the middle of season 3, they found out they weren't getting picked up. So they decided to like put a cap off on their story. And they did it beautifully, but that show deserved to go on for at least another 2 seasons, and it would have if it was getting the viewership that it deserved.
Yeah, it's sad when that happens, but nice when you can actually get some kind of a resolution.
Unlike
That happens.
House of Cards, which just decides, okay, in our wrap-up season, we'll leave it on a cliffhanger.
I don't want to talk about that.
I haven't even watched it. I refuse to watch it now because I know it's a cliffhanger.
I think the whole situation with Kevin Spacey is why House of Cards ended the way it did.
Yeah, it was like they
They
went
knew
out of their
about
way
that
to make
when they
sure
made
it
the
sucked.
cliffhanger.
It was really strange. Like there were 15,000 other things you could have done. You know, like it was
Yeah.
never fully satisfactory without, the protagonist.
See, I was an advocate for they just replace Kevin Spacey in the final season with Christopher Plummer.
Oh my
And then
god!
just continue on as normal.
Now, the problem with that, of course, is that Christopher Plummer looks a lot older than Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, but no one mentions it.
Time
They just
jump.
act like he's no different at all.
That would have been amazing. Yeah, but no, recasting him would have been an interesting choice.
Hey,
But
you should have repeated Rhodey's line from Iron Man 2.
yeah,
It's me. I'm here. Deal with it. Let's move on.
but he's saying that while he's being arrested. I mean, what was really strange about that show? Well, it was the most counterintuitive, terrible thing I've ever. Like, it might be the worst thing I've ever sat through. But what was really strange about it from the beginning was we kill him off screen, and there was already an out. Like, he was indicted, and at the end of season 5, he gets indicted, and Claire is standing there as the president trying to decide whether or not she's going to pardon him. And all you have to do is have her not pardon him. That's all you had to do. Yeah, he'd still be alive and you'd never see him again, but whatever. He's thrown in the pokey and then the story continues. Like, and then you still have the House of Cards crumble, which, spoiler alert, it doesn't really. And that's the title of the show, and you know it's ending. Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got that weird video that he put up on YouTube, given just no resolution to anything
We talked about that on After Dark.
whatsoever,
That was
because maybe he's not dead.
And then he gets
Yeah.
arrested the next day.
Yeah.
He got arrested the day after he put that video up.
Oh, he got arrested?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, they got him. I don't know if he's still in jail or not, but yeah, they got him.
Kevin
Wow.
Spacey, not only is he not sorry, he is proud of it.
Yeah.
Looking rough too.
Yes, he did not look good. But I don't want to end on this note, okay? We got like 5 more minutes, and that's sad and depressing.
I gotta get going, guys.
Okay, well, thanks for being here, DJ. I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, I had fun popping in, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
bye. And now Brendan has the floor.